it is Calxiyn and Hunter here. So if you guys enjoy this, again, you guys should subscribe. All that sort of stuff. We're getting into the reaction now. You guys should see, I guess it's a bonus video that I uploaded sometime of, like, me and Hunter opening, like, birthday presents.
I didn't know
but
if
then
it was a separate video or a video attached.
I know. I was kind of. I'm just covering my bases. I'll cut this out if I added the first part. But anyway, summary. We think that Maria got her eyes ripped out. That's our final bet.
Yeah.
We think that we're gonna get some Neo and Cinder information at some point, whether
or maybe
it's
just a scene
backstory
of
or
them
just
together.
yeah, sure.
Chilling.
That would make sense. So Maria got her eyes ripped out. We're gonna get Maria backstory. We already know that, and so high five for us because we predicted that before EW posted the clip. So good.
I also feel like we might learn about maybe her history with.
Do you think Ozpin's gonna come back?
I don't think
he's just been locked up in isolation, like he just fucked off somewhere. But yeah, if you guys want to see, Hunter got me some candy in a cute little penguin bag, and he got me a "What If It's Us" book. But I'm gonna keep that.
What if it's you say what if? I also have no idea what that book is about.
It's like two gay guys, and I think they move in, but then they break up, and then it's like
I mean, I figured it's about gay guys because all those authors write about are gay guys.
Yeah, and so if you guys want to see me opening Hunter's present and us just talking of it, you guys can find that somewhere, wherever I posted it. We'll find out. Anyway, let's actually watch the reaction. We have stalled long enough, haven't you? Don't you agree? Also, I find it funny that I made such a big, like, oh, you guys are never gonna see me with brown hair thing, right? But now I need my hair for my birthday tomorrow, my party, so...
Oh shit.
Cinder's just sharpening her knife. Oh, maybe it's Neo sharpening her umbrella,
also,
right?
Also, how did they get back in here, though?
The cave opened
now
up,
you
so
understand.
they just went through the hole.
Oh, maybe.
And came back up here.
I've got to get the relic before it can be secured in Atlas.
Oh, she's not sharpening it, she's just...
Does Neo have, like, spelunking equipment that
I don't know.
It's the only way we can
how
accomplish
did she...
our goal.
That's a good question, actually.
Oh, look at that cutie patootie.
You're not the only one who wants Ruby
Okay,
dead.
you've said that a couple times,
But
Cinder. Like, we get
Salem
it.
does not feel the same way.
Nope. I like how Neo's sort of like,
I've been
you just have to read her face, right? You
not
can't
to kill her. But you
haven't been instructed
you have no
to
such
do anything.
You can do as you please.
Oh, I like this. This is a good plan. I like this plan. This is a spicy,
get to Atlas.
Spicy plan, Hunter.
Help me find her.
I'm halfway to being to Neo. I can just
the rest
dye my other head.
Up to you.
My other head, the other side of my head. Yeah. Yay!
Oh.
Look at her!
Even if they are gonna murder people, like she's just so fucking cute.
Also, this does count towards our new hair every video counter, because even though it's my same hair, before it was blue, now it's brown, so I'm just saying. We're trying a new wig per video. Alright, so this is the Maria flashback.
Yes. This is as much, all I saw was that she has two little sights, which I thought was awesome.
Two little sickly sights.
Is
that a word?
Sickly?
Yeah.
I believe sickly is, but I don't think it would refer to those sites accurately. I'm
always worried I'm saying bad words and I just don't know. Like when I make stuff
Two little fuckly sites.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, look at her little mage thingy. You know how like the mage hood
it's very like Grim Reaper-y.
Well, I think that's what she is. She is the Grim Reaper, right? Because of her size.
Yeah, this is as far as I got.
Oh,
she has two. I didn't realize she had two. Well, then what happened to the other one? Because they look like her tank.
Well, we'll find out. Maybe she lost it.
How much do you weigh if you're able to pull down there?
I mean, it's dust. It's gravity dust. That's such cool world building that they just included that so we understand, you know what I mean? I love this. She's such a badass. Using dust that way, like, that's pretty smart. I love her.
That's really creative on part of
RWBY.
Yeah.
Such a good idea. Alright, so is that Grimm dead, or?
Oh.
I like how she's like, no, fuck you, like it's not. So like, oh, it's frozen. So that's how the dragon on Beacon must look, frozen like that.
Oh.
Frozen in stone and then crumbled to dust.
Oh, but what if it's gonna be like my eyes hurt now? Shit.
I don't know, maybe.
It's the theory that like you can only use it so many times.
Yeah. Well, I don't like that theory. I like the theory that her eyes got ripped out by somebody working for Salem or someone else.
Explosion. Oh, wait, who's this?
Bandits.
Oh, banditos.
Banditos, Hunter?
I don't know.
Hey, we just saw you do something
that's
a little
fancy
freaky.
trick now, innit?
In it.
Oh my god.
Afraid it comes with a price.
I
though,
love
love.
her!
I love the
Let's
crocodile.
go, lesbians! Let's go.
I'm a fan of the crocodile,
What is she supposed to
especially
be,
the
Captain
fact
Hook?
that the
Because she looks
crocodile
like the
has
crocodile.
a Cockney
Realize who
accent.
I am. Of course I do.
See, because she has the ticker, so she's
Yeah.
the crocodile
Oh, yeah.
from Captain Hook, like from Peter Pan,
You're
right?
the Grim Reaper.
Oh my god, look at her teeth.
And these are the last 60 seconds of your life.
Ooh, I love her stopwatch. What the fuck?
That was aura.
Her
Maybe
semblance.
semblance.
Oh, maybe it was her aura turning on, activating.
Wait, why are they fighting the Grim Reaper? She's doing you like
A goddamn favor!
Yeah, unless she also fucking up like they
don't
look
know.
like bandits, so who knows?
Yeah. That's a fancy trick now,
Oh.
isn't it? Even though she's a villain, I love
Ow,
her.
fuck my
She's
chest.
gay, right? Like,
I mean, maybe.
I'm just saying, like, she's like
How
the,
many
she's like
women-
10,000% butch. Like, I'm just
How
saying.
many women have fucking pinstriped?
Ooh,
Oh shit!
cool!
How many women have pinstriped trousers and also like men? No, Gather.
Oh god, Hunter, your accent's gonna, like, trigger some people.
Fuck off! Oh shit!
Shit! Oh, you can see her shit!
Oh.
It was a close call. I'll give you that.
This is fucked up. She's just wailing for her life.
You know, the only reason my master wants you dead
Oh, see,
is 'cause of
Salem.
your eyes. As soon as you ain't got 'em no more, you might be able to convince me to spare your
Oh,
life.
that's why.
Oh, I know what's gonna happen. She's gonna use her
Well, I
pole thing and
respect
it's gonna
that.
dissect her.
Maybe.
A fighter to the end.
Oh, called it.
What?
Oh, fuck. Ooh.
But I wasn't.
Shit!
I went into hiding soon after.
So somebody Salem's
I can't
master,
believe it.
maybe. I guess
You're the
Salem's the
Grim-
master.
You're the Grim Reaper.
Oh,
You're
Crow
a legend.
knows?
A scythe user
Disappeared.
really likes you, evidently.
How exactly does a legend just disappear?
You never used your name. Never showed your face. Lots of us thought you were just laying low. Eventually, we came to accept that you were probably dead.
Why is Crow talking
stories
like he was
about you
alive, like when this was happening?
based
Like
my
he was
weapon
really
off
young.
yours.
I mean, as a kid.
Yeah, I guess.
I wanted
I
to be
based
as
my
good as
weapon
the
off
Grim
yours!
Reaper.
Well, I'm nothing but a
Ow.
disappointment. So you're well on your way.
Oh, yikes!
Oh,
How can you
get
say
fucked!
that?
Child, a huntress is supposed to protect others to the bitter end. But after I lost my eyes, I only ever looked after myself.
Aww.
Even after my surgery, I was too afraid to fight. Afraid
Aww.
someone would find me again. Finish what the others started. You shouldn't aspire to be like me.
Oh.
Especially when some of you are clearly stronger already.
Oh,
Oh,
talking about yay!
Comforting, seeing that your generation seems up to the task of inheriting this world. I'm just sorry I
She
didn't
thinks
do
that she's
more
a
to leave it in better
coward.
shape.
It's not your fault, Maria.
Maybe you can do something now. Teach me to use my powers the way you did.
Oh. John! I never screamed for John before.
Hello?
Ruby! Oh, thank you! I've been checking my scroll for your signal since we made it to the city.
The city? Huh? Wait.
Bobby
Vomit
boy! Oh, they made it! So it wasn't too long after all.
No.
Oh, I can't believe I just screamed for John. Like, that's how good this episode is. And I'm, like, excited to see John. Oh, wow, I love this. Oh, look at the sky, Hunter. Oh.
Is this good? They're smiling. So
Wow,
I'm
look
guessing,
how pretty it is.
That's pretty nice,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Argus.
Okay, it's not the end of the episode. Jesus Christ, I was gonna shit myself.
That's a
if they
fucking steep hill. Everyone hold on. God damn.
Oh, she put her bike in the garage. They're all in town.
You're very excited about a bike in a garage.
Oh,
Goodness.
I'm just saying, like, it's world building.
That looks like
Atlas.
Atlas shoulders. Ah!
Oh, I'm glad we talked about in our video how they would reconnect with Juniper soon.
Are you all okay?
So, high five for us, Hunter.
It's been kind of a crazy trip.
Oh, look, a
That's
nice
an
polite side
understatement.
hood.
Wait, no, lady.
I'm so glad you're
We inherited the old lady. Don't worry about it. Oh, hi, John. I'm glad to see you, actually.
Actually.
Oh, big hug. Look at these two. They're so cute. Brother and sister hanging out.
Hey,
Oh, what's wrong?
I promised, didn't I?
Honey.
Yeah, you did.
We're a little
It's
worse
good to
for
see
wear, fucking hell, but...
Winter? Winter? What if that's the
Oh.
cliffhanger? We
Bigger than I
see
thought it'd
winter
be.
and then
Maybe.
it closes?
It's actually one of the largest non-capital
Hey,
cities in
asshole.
all of Remnant.
No way!
Aw.
Wait, wouldn't it be hard to settle something this big away from the main kingdom?
Well, it was. Until Mantle showed up.
Whoa.
Oh.
Early settlement attempts by Mistral didn't go well, but colonists from Mantle were able to help them brave the cold climate in return for goods that Solitas couldn't provide.
The two nations work together to
August
create a hybrid
Peter,
city.
Tristan the Mist.
While it still falls under Mistral domain, Atlas keeps a military presence here to help keep the people safe
Oh,
and keep
that's
trade
nice
between
of
the two
Atlas,
nations
I
steady.
think.
I don't know.
Trade between
Until
nations
recently.
steady. Oh, well.
I don't trust these fucking colonists.
We
Well,
should probably
I mean,
start
The
looking
Dick
for a ship.
Cheney of fucking Remnant.
So,
Oh, God.
where have you guys been staying?
There you are!
Is that...
Hey.
It's John's sister! Is his family here?
I can't believe I'm meeting your sister!
I can give you the rundown later.
Will you guys knock it off?
What? I love telling stories about my baby brother.
Oh, he's a baby!
Ow,
A baby! That is a baby.
That is a baby. Oh.
I like him. Oh!
Oh, look at your little place.
Oh my god.
So,
Oh, look at a photo!
You're the only Ark living here?
Look at a photo,
Moved
please
the second I
please
could.
let us get a
Jaune and
zoom.
I are the
Oh
only
my
two living
god.
away from home.
Oh, he has
I guess he
bones.
just
That's
wanted to
adorable.
Oh,
like
look
his
at
Look at
this.
a nerdy
Okay,
one.
so there's twins?
There's twins. There's the oldest. There's
The oldest,
tomboy.
or that may be the mom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have
Youngest
7
girl.
sisters, so those are all the sisters.
I love how
So
all of
twins, a little girl that looks like she has cat ears, but it's just her hair, upside down, help,
Goofy,
Smart
adventure,
glasses.
tomboy, smart glasses,
Older.
oldest, and then purple.
So which one is she?
I don't know.
didn't deny
She looks like cat hair.
Everyone,
Is
this is
she-
my wife, Tara.
Why, hello there.
Lesbians!
No kidding.
Hunter!
I did not see this one coming!
And you're sure it's all right if we stay with you? Of course.
Oh my god.
We're happy to house huntsmen and huntresses.
You all risk so much to keep people like us safe. That's the least we can do. Especially
even
for
know what
such an
you're
elite
saying.
huntsman like yourself. Although I will say I was surprised to learn you had students helping you. Is that even legal?
Come closer.
Of course. Think of it as an extended training mission. Trust me, I was a professor. Even went to the same academy as them. And let me tell you, these kids are way better than we were at their age.
Oh.
Well, not better than me, specifically. But a lot of students.
Oh my god.
Shut up, there's food!
Wow. What a good episode.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
She's Atlas!
She's Atlas!
She's
yeah,
Atlas!
she is Atlas.
Is everything okay?
You're dating a cop!
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it will be. Tara's a technician for the town's
Yeah!
radar tower.
So she's a technician.
Unfortunately, the military's radar system is also housed there.
Oh.
Guess what's been on the fritz lately and who's getting falsely blamed?
Oh. So it's just not Atlas.
Me!
So,
Wow.
what's your plan for tomorrow?
Well,
Cute as shit.
we're trying to make our way to Atlas. We'll probably start with the military base.
So,
guys.
we kind of already tried that, and it didn't go super great.
Why?
Come on, it couldn't be that bad.
Oh, fuck.
so... Remember the music that happened when Winter was getting off the airship in Volume 3? It was the same music.
It's impressive that you remember that, but then again, you have,
it was like, doo-doo-doo-doo!
You have an ear for this thing.
Doo-doo-doo-doo! And then, like,
Wow.
Winter, like, came off the ship. Yeah, it was like, that was like it was like around the Vital Festival thing when, like, Winter, like, was fighting with Crow and, like, the airships were coming down and like, all of that sort of stuff, so. Man. Hunter, I feel like there's, like, a tear, like, right, like, in your glasses. Oh my god.
Terracotta Arc.
Terracotta Arc.
Terracotta? Terracotta.
Terracotta Arc.
Isn't terracotta a type of cheese?
Anyway, so they hyphenated their last name, so I guess Lindsay Shepherd plays the blonde one, and then
Jamie Smith.
Yeah, and then Jamie Smith is the baby.
Yeah.
Right? And so I guess they hyphenated their last names when they got married.
Wait, what's the name of the Smith? Oh. Wait, so Adrian's the baby.
No! I thought Tara was the baby.
Tara, okay, that makes more sense.
Wait,
okay.
Who had the speaking line first? Was it the wife or was it the baby? Did the baby say anything?
I think the baby was first.
I think the baby was first. Maybe it was... Okay, so the blonde one is the first one. Adrian was the baby, and then Tara is... Okay, it doesn't really matter, but I was just thinking out loud. Also, this is a nice little town. Like, it looks like very German, sort of inspired.
Oh, what's her name?
Oh
wait, what was the
name?
Oh yeah,
what was her name? That's a good question. I love her. Okay, so...
I mean, she also fucked up the Grim Reaper, which, goodness gracious. Character we haven't heard of before, but then again, you know.
Talk. So, TikTok, the crocodile from Peter Pan.
Evidently.
Yeah.
Still no...
Captain Hook?
No, still no Neo voice.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed that.
Ugh.
Oh my, I'm tired.
I can't believe I screamed lesbian at the top of my lungs. It could be bisexual, who knows?
I mean...
It could be many things.
There is a baby, so is it adopted or is it from her past marriage? Because it kind of looks like her. Like the baby kind of looks like.
But then again, dust does crazy things. Like it can fix eyes. Maybe they can like
I mean, I don't know if the
inseminate.
Dust, I mean, technology in this world, not dust. I don't think the dust have anything to do with Maria's eyes. So, anyway, we'll talk about it.
It probably helps. Like oil has a lot to do with our technological advancements.
I guess so.
As does their fuel source.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys later.
Lesbians.
Bye. Hello everybody, it is Calxiyn and Hunter here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should be on patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, but you guys should just subscribe for, like, basically daily RWBY content, kind of.
More or less at this point.
Pretty much. I mean, all things considered, like, we're doing alright, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so basically, we're gonna talk about Chapter 7 today, because that's what happened. So, I can't wait for you guys to see our reaction. That's all I'll say. Okay, so basically we start with Neo, right? Because basically the idea is, hey, you can kill RWBY because you're not a part of Salem's affiliation. I can't kill RWBY because I was ordered not to. So basically the plan is for them both to get to Atlas together, right? For Neo to stroll and kill RWBY, and then Cinder can relish in RWBY's death. Basically, that Cinder isn't the one doing the killing, because then she won't face the wrath of Salem.
She will get a courtside view of it.
Exactly. So I think that's a good plan for the villains.
Move your hand, I can't see the light fade from her eyes.
Exactly.
Thanks, Neo. Something like that.
Pretty much. So Salem wants RWBY alive, which I think is interesting, because it seems like...
the Silver Eyes.
Yeah, it seems like in Maria's flashback, she wanted RWBY, or they wanted Maria dead. But they would also let her go just because they sliced her eyes off. Yeah. But we'll get to that later. But maybe a couple people think, and I'm a fan of this theory, that Salem wants RWBY because now she figured out that she can suck up the magic. Because Silver Eyes are an extension of, I'm guessing, Ozpin's magic. Because it seems like Ozpin has started the lineage of Silver-Eyed Warriors, right? Two of his kids in the new Ozpin body seem to have Silver Eyes, right? So the idea is that Salem's magic is dwindling as she gives it out and does things or whatever, and so she's, I don't want to say eating, but she's sucking up the Silver-Eyed power.
I'm eating
right?
babies.
And eating in fairy tales is very important, not to get into my fairy tale class again, but, you know, Hansel and Gretel, right? What does the witch do? She cannibalizes children. Like, the big bad wolf, like, he eats Little Red Riding Hood and Grandma, and so Salem is a witch. right? And so for her to eat eyes, or to eat the silver eyes, or to want to eat Ruby, like, in some way, or even just suck up her powers, like, that's a very fairy tale motif, and so it would fit really well into the show. Y'all can take that one, Miles and Carrie, right from my fairy tale literature class, so let's go. Okay. So then, in backstory time, it seems like Salem is the master that paid this bandit or whatever, like, hey, just go after this person.
Whatever her name.
Talk was her name. I wrote down cock in my, y'all can see what's on my mind lately. Okay, so, I'm joking, I swear.
Are you, though?
Yeah, so I wrote, it seems like, because she said, my master wants you dead, or whatever accent she has, right? So we can assume that the master was Salem,
the master
or
wants
someone
you
else.
dead.
Right, because
It's a fantasy world, and yet I still got a Cockney accent.
Think about, like, 300 years ago, or not 300, that's too much, 30 years ago, sorry. Think about 30 years ago, I guess, when, you know, this was probably happening. It seems like maybe that talk is sort of an emerald and mercury. Does that make sense?
How old is
Maria? I'm guessing she's like 70 now, so she would have been 40 or 30 back then.
30, so she's probably something like 40 years in the past.
Okay, so, Hunter.
I also love that this has been a good episode for lesbians, because
okay,
there's no
we'll
way
talk
that
about
woman
that
is straight.
later.
She has pinstriped pants.
And yeah,
Look
she's
at that
pretty
hair.
butch.
The only thing that would dictate against her being a lesbian is those rather sharp teeth. Like, I can imagine that getting in the way, but beyond that, really.
Teeth don't get in the way when you're... I don't think so.
I mean, it would be startling.
I can't say.
It'd be
Maybe.
startling.
I don't know. What was I trying to say?
You wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
so like say 30 years ago, right, when Maria was young, right? I'm guessing that what happened is that there was a Cinder and that Talk is an Emerald and Mercury. So
Yeah,
Salem
level.
had a person who was working under her, so let's call that A, and then A paid B. And so the master may not be Salem that she's necessarily talking about, but it may have been sort of that situation where, hey, you know, Hazel goes in, Hazel talks to Adam, Adam cuts off Yang's arm, which, you know, didn't happen, like, it didn't happen like that, like, Hazel didn't order him to or anything. I'm just using that as a comparison to show the lineage of people telling you something.
Where her place was in the organization.
Exactly, so I'm guessing that she didn't actually know Salem, or maybe she did, I don't know.
Who knows?
I really think that her fighting style is really good and just unique. Because you click the 60 seconds, she puts her aura on, and she fights her... you know, combatant for Talk.
I was
right?
also talking about...
We'll talk about Maria in a second. Yeah. So, you know, she has a sort of fighting style where it's basically quick and fast. She wants to kill somebody in 60 seconds. Like, that's her shit.
I'll make the argument that maybe if you ran away, you could have survived a little longer, but, you know, whatever happened.
Well, see, what happened is that after the timer stopped, she took off her aura. And so I wonder if maybe she didn't have a good grasp of her aura yet, and so she could only keep it activated for those 60 seconds, or maybe that was part of her shtick. Right, or maybe, I don't necessarily know, like, maybe it's sort of like, you can use your aura at its strongest capacity if you use all of it in that 60 seconds. Does that make sense? It's like, do you want to put in 10% for 10 minutes, let's say, and get to 100% using 100% of your aura for a 10-minute fight, or do you want to use all 100% in 60 seconds? Like, maybe it works like that, where it would make you stronger that way. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. I hope so. So that was really interesting. I also like just the world building, I guess, with the fighting styles, if that makes sense, because with Maria, right, you see that she has gravity dust embedded, and you see how that works when she's fighting that Grimm, that she can sort of, like, just fall out of the sky, and then, and then, yeah.
It's such a cool weapon that I'm like, why did you only have it be used for the one scene?
I mean, I'm sure that she has one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe the other one's strapped on her back, like, she's sort of hunched over, so maybe she's been carrying the other one all this time.
She says that later on in the thing, she says, like, I can still, you know, fight, but I was too afraid afterwards. It'd be great to see, like, Maria as, like, an old lady kick ass.
I think we are gonna see.
I'm hoping.
I think I hear death flags, though, after she teaches Ruby.
Maybe.
No. After she teaches Ruby her silver eyes, and then she's like, you know, she protects Ruby or something, and it's like, oh, I leave the generation in your hands, right? Because Cinder and Neo are coming after, and so it would sort of make sense that Maria self-sacrifices herself because she's an old woman, right? And she says, you know, I'm just sorry I didn't leave the world in better shape, and then she's sort of like, hey, it's up to you guys, right? I think that would be a very nice, scene.
But then that would be like another beloved character of color that they killed off very quickly. Also Sienna Khan.
Like Sienna? Oh, that's true.
And
that's
they got a little bit of
interesting.
heat. So
Yeah.
whether or not they're... Although I feel like we got a lot more time with Maria, and Maria's a lot more fleshed out than Sienna
Yeah,
Khan was,
I
so
agree. I mean,
things
I can't
considered,
speak...
They probably won't get the same
Yeah.
level of...
I can't
heat for
speak
that.
on necessarily, like, the representation aspect, but I don't know. Maybe that's sort of why they're well-liked, if that makes sense.
Why Sienna? Why Maria?
Like, yeah, for Maria, she's sort of like
Well,
you
the
keep
aesthetic-
saying, the sassy, like, abuela aesthetic, right? And so
Yeah.
she's more loved maybe because she is a...
Although the general,
You know what I mean?
the general aesthetic, I think, is very nice. Like how they did the Dia de los Muertos.
And so it may
Sugar,
not
so-
necessarily be that, like, they're killing off, like,
People
the
aren't
POC characters on purpose, and maybe,
aren't
like, we just
slavishly-
love them for some
People aren't
reason.
slavishly following, like, black character, I love her now. It's just the really cool characters they've made recently, new characters, have not been white.
Yeah. So that's sort of what I'm saying. I'm saying maybe, like, that's why, because they're just all awesome.
Loved.
Like, I don't know. I love Talk's accent, by the way.
Oh,
That's
you
pretty
do!
I hate when you do it, though.
Is it Poppins for free? There should be another Cockney character.
What if
and I
that's
should
how
voice
Neo
him.
talks, and that's how she that's
Oh,
why
I
she
love-
doesn't talk? She doesn't want to
I'm
talk.
Neo!
Like
Neapolitan!
Oh, God.
Me bum buddy Ronan got nicked by your black.
You can also see when Maria's aura
Nicked,
breaks.
that's stolen.
What?
Got knocked off by your fucking silver-eyed cat over there.
Oh, God.
So I need to get me paws on her. Need to knock her off. Know what I mean? I could be a great Neo.
Anyway.
Listen, Glinda's not coming back. Neo's all I have at this point.
You can see Maria's aura break.
To have Neo be a trans woman. Yes?
You can see Neo. You can see Maria's aura break,
Yeah.
which I think is really nice because people were sort of complaining last volume that they couldn't tell when the aura was broken, but this time you can clearly tell.
but blue's still my color.
Yeah, so she takes off her aura, and that's pretty cocky after the 60 seconds, unless it just ran out, because that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's what I'm
aura seems
thinking,
to have
it
some sort
ran
of
out.
time limit. And so she went into hiding. Oh, okay, I couldn't read my own handwriting. Anyway, I just really like that Maria, like, even, like, though she couldn't see, she totally set up Talk to get, like, axe in the back, and then she cut
I
her
called
throat.
that. I was like, she's
that was
gonna
great.
do the, because I really loved how when she was fighting the bird, they used the gravity
Yeah, and
pull
I was
thing.
like, that was all set up. That was really,
I was
really
upset
nice.
because I was really looking. I really wanted, like, it just stuck in her back and her spine. I wanted it to bisect her because that's another part of the scene. That scene was
I don't.
fucked
Yeah,
up.
I think it was just in the back to distract her, and then so she could cut her throat, right?
No, I mean, yeah, that's true. But also, like, that scene was fucked up because when Maria got her eye slashed, she was screaming in pain. Like, it wasn't bloody or it wasn't gruesome, but, like, just the screaming, it's unsettling, and I really dug it.
So this is
very
Crow's
effective.
idol that he's talking to. He
it
modeled
was
his weapon after her.
Oh my god, I thought you were
right?
so hot. I mean, none of us saw your face, and, like, the costume wasn't exactly form-fitting,
But this must have been Crow
nonetheless-
as a kid. Like, Crow
Yeah.
was hearing rumors as a kid,
That's
maybe in the
cute.
bandit tribe.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, we don't know what happened to her, where she went. Because, like, obviously, this was, like, 30 years ago or 20 years ago, right? And Crow's old, so maybe in his 20s when he was working with Ozpin, they worked with, like, he heard about Maria, like, sort of all that sort of stuff. But he wanted to be, like, as good as her. And then she says, well, I turned out to be a disappointment, so you'll be on that way, too. And I'm like, yikes! And Blake's like, how can you say that? And basically she says, hey, like, my job was to protect people from the bitter end, but then I was only thinking of myself. Like, she basically thinks that she was selfish. And I have another video in the works.
Yeah, which could maybe, like you said, set up death flags for her. That maybe
Set
at
up
the end
death
it's just
flags,
like,
yeah.
I'm not selfish. Although I do want to see more of her because, oh my god, I love Maria so much. Also interesting, Maria points at Yang as just like, you're good. As if to say Yang's the strongest.
Well, because I think it's because Yang lost her arm and she kept fighting
Maybe,
anyway. So I actually have a video
Oh,
on
that
that
could
separately,
be
so you guys
that
should
too.
check out that this week. And like, it's not Maria's fault, sad face. So Ruby basically is like, hey, teach me. And Maria's like, she just smiles, she
Sure.
doesn't answer. And then
Ugh.
Jaune starts calling, so it got
Yeah.
interrupted. But we can assume that based off of Maria's facial expression that, yeah, she will teach
I love
Ruby.
how in your notes you just put capital J, John, exclamation
You guys should have
point.
seen, I screamed when
Oh my
Jaune
God,
started
Jaune!
calling, and I was like, wait
Jaune
a fucking
was
second.
really
like,
cute
who am
and,
I?
like,
you know what I mean? Like,
You just, I just wanted to pinch your little fucking cheek.
What am I trying to say? I did not like Jaune for a while, and then I started liking him, and then we got all those requests from that crazy person who made all the Jaune crack theories.
Oh, fucking hell.
And so Jaune and I have had a hard relationship, is what I'm trying to say.
I always dug Jaune just for who he was, but he's really cute in this episode.
Yeah, and so I was actually excited to see Jaune. That's how you guys know this is a good episode.
They all run into each other, and they're all hugging, and like RWBY hugs Jaune, and I'm sure there's some Lancaster fans that enjoyed that.
Yeah, so Argus is really nicely designed because it's a mix of sort of, I guess, German houses, right? Like that sort of thing.
And I just love
but it's also, it still has the Japanese sort of architecture of like the roofs and like all that. But
they also do a lot of good like visual storytelling that you see. There's big ass walls, and there's like soldiers in white with rifles along the walls, and it's like, okay,
very
this
natural
place is under
exposition.
Atlas's thumb.
Very natural exposition from Jaune and Ren in this scene. So basically...
Did they talk about the nature of the place?
Yeah, so the city is beautiful, by the way. That shot when we're going up the hill. Also, Rising Like the Moon is playing, so it's in a piano version as they climb up the hill, which I thought was really nice, because they're actually rising up the hill.
Fucking steep hill, it's just like, oh, look, and then it pans
I'm surprised that's why.
And it's just way deep, and I'm like, motherfucker.
I feel that's why they didn't show that, because they were just like, no.
Here's the thing, I haven't ridden a motorcycle, but I've ridden a dirt bike a lot, and downhill, they're motherfuckers, especially with a trolley. If I was young, I'd be like, fuck, brake, fuck. It would have been terrible.
Yeah, Jaune and RWBY have a good moment here. I don't necessarily know if it's a shipping moment or it's just like, because RWBY and Jaune were their first friends. Like, RWBY was Jaune's first friend at Beacon, right, if you think about it, and then Jaune was RWBY's first friend at Beacon. And so I don't know if Jaune and RWBY are kind of like us, where we're like best friends, and so it's like a best friend hug. Because like a lot of people are like, you and Hunter touch each other a lot for people that aren't dating, and I'm like... Okay. And I don't know if it's like a shipping thing or if they're just like good friends, like hugging it out.
Because he was crying too.
Yeah, I think he was worried, right? And so I think that he's just like, I don't want to lose you guys. How I lost Kira, right?
Why y'all bitches like he's just a person, like, you know, he was concerned about his friends. Like, it doesn't have to be romantic. I mean, if it's romantic, it's fine. But like, also like.
Y'all can debate that out yourselves. I don't really know. I mean, I think it's a bit of both. I think he's comparing RWBY to Kira in a sense because he was worried about her, but he doesn't necessarily want to fuck RWBY. That's all I'm trying to say. And so I think he was just really worried about him and his friends. And yeah,
it was very sweet.
Blake, I like how Blake is like, well, we better find a ship. Like, that's all Blake does is she goes out and finds ships to take her places.
I think it was first, like, Blake gives Jaune a nice side hug.
Does she?
Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't
side
see that.
hug. Yeah, and then Weiss just looks like none in your life.
Weiss is just like, no, bitch, like, stay away from me. So, Jaune's sister is named Saffron, or Saffron. Like, they say it in a weird way.
Like Sappho, like the lesbian for which the word lesbian derives from.
So Jaune is the youngest, and there's 7 sisters, and that sister is the only one that lives away
from home. And the photo is really cute because all the photo is like
it really shows like the character's personality. Like there's the nerdy one, there's the adventure one, there's the twins, older sister. I'm guessing that Sappho, that's what we're calling her now. Saffron is the one with the hair that kind of looks like 2 like cat ears, but obviously she's not a cat. But that's just the coloration of her hair.
She's not a cat. Guys, calm down, she's not a cat.
Anyway, I love it. Okay, so I've told this story before, but when I was first watching RWBY, I thought that Blake was a cat, like, from the get-go, before it was revealed. And so when I was watching with Hunter...
A lot of people, I've heard other people say that too. It wasn't a big surprise.
I don't remember what happened, but I was just like...
Oh, I remember that. She's like, wait, she's always been a cat.
Yeah, like, why are they freaking out now? She's always been a cat. And then Hunter was like, no, she's not. She's not a cat. Like, because Hunter was trying to instill the surprise in me, but he just failed.
It's a bow. It's a bow.
It's a
and
bow.
Then you were literally like,
no!
The ears are under the bow. She's probably just hiding it. I'm like, I don't know. Of course, you were absolutely right.
Yeah, so I was like, she's always been a cat. What's going on?
I remember I thought that, and I talked to other people, like, I think once in high school.
What if that was like, imagine we started watching RWBY, like, when it first came out, and that would be our first theory, like, Blake is a cat. Like, after the first couple episodes, like, that's just it. Like, that would have made us on the map, you know? I regret not getting into the show earlier, but, like, I only started when we met Hunter, so that's, like, Anyway, so they're the only two living away from home. So there's a nice brother-sister relationship here. I appreciate.
I know
that.
they're all like, oh, who's a papa? And he's like, oh, and then I'm not a baby. That one's a baby, and you see,
and the baby's like, and I like
see
how
the great gaze, little boy.
So the wife is Tara. And so
when she popped in, it was like, "Hi, honey." I think we both screamed.
You guys,
and
I
then
can't wait for you guys
lesbian,
to see our reaction.
And then I yelled lesbian again.
That was so funny because when Hunter came in the door, like to come into the house, I said, "Let's go lesbians," because he was late because he had an exam this morning. Thank you for coming over, by the way. And so now that
3 essays on that.
Now that we have "Let's go lesbians" again, I'm like, wow, it's all just come full circle.
We should create like a total.
I also appreciate seeing just civilians like living their life. You know what I mean? Because we haven't really had any other civilians.
Running in the back, it was like, asshole, the tram left without me.
We haven't had any civilians, I mean, in contact with our main characters. At least not too many, where we actually sat in their house and ate sandwiches. But you kind of see from the civilians' perspective, like, hey, you guys protect us, so it's no problem, like, letting y'all in. Like, is this even legal, though? Like, she has all these questions, because the general public doesn't know. So it's great world building to see this perspective of a civilian. You know what I mean? Like, of a civilian person. Crow's just bad at lying. So
he had this cute scene where he's just like, wait, aren't they a little young to be like dragged? Like, couldn't they be eaten by monsters? And he's like, it's
a co-op, you know?
It's a co-op.
It's extended classroom learning. And he basically says, hey, I went to their academy, I turned out fine, and
they're a lot better than me. Well, not me, I was pretty great. But like other people, like Ty, he was a little shit.
So the last thing I'll say is, if you guys noticed, and we're gonna do a whole video on this, I predict that winter is coming. Because when the gates to the Atlas area start opening, you hear the song that is from...
Well, we should also mention that the big gay's wife works Atlas.
As a not for Atlas necessarily. She works up at the radio tower to manage the signal so they can get signal for their phones and stuff. Yeah. But the Atlas radio tower is also in the same area, and so now she's getting blamed for.
But they can't get into the Atlas stuff, so maybe they'll use her. Maybe
that would be interesting.
That's my theory.
I'm gonna find
what's happening next.
Well, I think next they're just going into the main building. I genuinely predict that Winter is.
Yes.
Is in there. I'm gonna try to find...
Winter showing up. It would also be cool if Winter was like, I don't know who you are, and so it creates more like conflict.
That's not it. I don't think it may not actually.
Or maybe they're
here.
just like, you have to let us in. Come on, we have Ozpin, and then Oscar's like, yeah, well, about that. And maybe then we get the scene where John like grabs him by the lapel and throws him against the wall. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure where it would be. Maybe it's a brawl in the family, just because you have sort of the fight tracks in the Volume 3 track. Like, it's not in necessarily order, so I'm a bit confused.
Hey, let's go, lesbians.
Nope. Oh, it's somewhere in Volume 3. I swear to God, I just don't know which one it is. I'm sorry. I tried to find it. I did my best. But it's either Volume 3 or Volume 2, where it's like the do-do-do-do. Like, do-do-do-do. Like the, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, do-do-do-do. Like in the back, like afterwards, and it's like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Like, not like that necessarily, but it's like that sort of staccato later. Like, you guys know the track I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't remember it until you pointed it out.
I don't know where it is. If you guys know what the track is, please post it, because, like, obviously I can't play it, or I can't play a bunch of RWBY music, or we're gonna get copyrighted or something. Like, I don't know. I think it's fine, but yeah, I don't remember where it is, but I'm pretty sure it's like when you see like all the Atlas military ships, and like it's sort of in the scene like pre-winter, like coming down, like it's like one of the first scenes of Volume 3 or whatever, when you see all of the Ironwood airships just coming in for the Vital Festival, or it's in Volume 2 because he also like lands in Volume 2 or whatever, right? So I remember the song, so I really like that song is like the one that precedes sort of Winter's arrival in a sense.
So
I think that she's I think that she's there.
Because what if like Winter's just like, I don't know who you are?
Well, I think that's what happened with John, Ren, and them, that they were like, hey, can we get by? And she was like, fuck you, no. And now that Weiss is here, that's probably why Winter doesn't want to let them go back to Atlas, because Weiss is part of their team. Or maybe John didn't even explain, like, hey, I know your sister.
Weiss ran away, so maybe we're gonna learn more about what happened with Jock and what happened with Shitley and what happened with... Maybe Winter's really haggard and pissed off at Weiss, and so there's gonna learn...
I feel like we're definitely gonna see Winter. If that's not happening, then I don't even know.
Winter redesign, maybe?
Winter redesign? Yeah. But that's what I'm sort of thinking.
Maybe
so,
maybe she's ranked up a bit, so she has a different uniform.
I'd like to do this in a different video just because I would really like to find the song. But what am I trying to say? I feel like Winter, either what happened was Jaune didn't fully explain the situation, like, hey, we know your sister, Winter Schnee, right? Or Winter was just like, we'll come back with Weiss and then we'll talk. Right? Because she was probably pissed, like, hey, we know your sister, but we lost her on a train. And then Winter was like, fucking excuse me, right? Because that would have been sort of a big oof on Jaune's part. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. I want to do a separate video on Winter once I find the track. I hope that I will see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would like to support the channel further, if you guys want to see us make more videos, if you guys want some cool, awesome rewards, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon. Patrons on Patreon have a variety of different rewards, so some of them are being able to request videos from us, so you could ask for a shipping video, a theory video, and we'll do it. Some of the rewards have to do with early access, so getting a video a week earlier, past a week early, and stuff like that, but the most important reward is getting access, at least I think it's the most important reward, access to our Discord server where you guys can talk and hang out with us. It's lots of fun, so I hope that if you guys want to support the channel, that is the route that you will take, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.